So before this video gets started, if you are an Uber driver, if you already signed up for Uber and you forgot to use a referral code, you didn't know anybody, or you didn't watch our videos, and if you already signed up for Uber, maybe you just signed up, or maybe you signed up a while ago and you never did use a referral code, you can still get your bonus. You can still get your referral bonus. I know a lot of people don't know that, or when I tell them, they're like, wow, then I had no idea. And right now, guys, because of everything that's going on, it is better time than ever to sign up or to apply the referral code. It literally is 8 steps. The instructions are down below. It's super easy. We don't need any of your info. You just apply our info. Again, it's super easy. This is the Rideshare Hub. Take advantage of this. It could be $1,000, could be $1,500. It might only be $100, but still, I could use that money right now, and I'm sure you can too. So go ahead. It's the sign up bonus for Uber. The instructions are down below. It's super easy, super simple. Okay, I just wanted to tell you guys. Now let's get on to the video. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name's Dylan, and thank you so much for coming by. This is such a crazy time in our life, so I don't know, I'm just trying to do my best here on playing my part in this whole world that we live in to provide you guys with some information that's going on. And also, I mean, like, I think I do have a very interesting perspective, and I did have a commenter the other day who said, you know, thank you for sharing your news, and no, I don't agree with everything that you say, or I watch a lot of other people and it's good to hear your perspective. And even though I don't, you know, necessarily agree with everything that you say. And I was like, you know what, that's such a great comment, because it wasn't like she was leaving a hate comment, but at the same time, she was like, I don't agree with everything you say. But I think what I'm trying to say is that I do value the perspective that I provide with you guys. And I think I do have a very different perspective. Am I a health expert? No. Am I a politician? No. Do I work for Uber? Well, I am a driver, but you know, I'm an Uber employee. No, but I still do have this very unique perspective, because I've talked to thousands of drivers for both Uber and Lyft, for all the platforms, and I have also driven for Uber, for Lyft. I've done Postmates, Instacart, well, just those ones yet so far. I do want to try out the other ones as well, but what I'm trying to say is that I think I do provide a very unique perspective, and some of you guys do know that I just graduated from UC Berkeley, quit my job to pursue entrepreneurship. I've started my own company. I run this YouTube channel, and then I do these gig apps just for content purposes. Like, I don't need the money for gig apps. Like, I just learned to, well, I mean, I started out, that's how I started out with it, was to pay off my credit card. I actually, maybe about a year and a half ago, I was a completely different place, had zero savings, tons of debt, paid off my credit card, and paid off this car that I'm sitting in driving rideshare, you know? So yeah, let's get into it right now. Let's get into today's video. Let's talk about the Uber CEO, Dara Khosrowshahi, talks to Donald Trump. He asked Donald Trump for relief for gig workers. It's finally time. There's so much going on. You guys know what's going on. So many people out of work, especially Uber and Lyft drivers. Gig workers are affected the most right now. At the same time, it does provide gig workers with a really interesting opportunity to shift careers. You guys know that Amazon just announced that they're hiring, what is it, 100,000 workers, maybe 50,000. Instacart is hiring, Walmart is hiring. These big companies really need drivers' helps, especially Uber and Lyft drivers, who are the ones that now, that's like, you know, a couple 100,000 of drivers who are pretty much out of work right now. So these companies could use them. So yeah, let's look over what the Uber CEO said to Donald Trump, and let's look at Donald Trump's response. So here we go. I'm going to sync up my phone here, and you guys can watch along with me. I'm gonna try to put it up right here. I'm trying to do this quick before the sun sets. I got about 20 minutes or so. So here we go. Uber CEO Trump, yeah, here we go. Uber CEO wants Trump to give financial help to its drivers and gig economy workers who don't count as employees. Here we go. That's the Uber CEO, this guy right here. I'm gonna scroll down in 3, 2, 1. Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi sent an open letter to Trump on Monday asking him to provide financial and regulatory aid to gig economy workers like Uber drivers. My goal in writing to you is not to ask for a bailout for Uber, but rather support for the independent workers on our platform, he wrote. Khosrowshahi also argued for future legislation establishing regulations for flexible work, bridging the gap between independent contractors and salaried employees. So, this is a huge deal, guys. The Uber CEO is talking to Donald Trump. Like, you don't just reach out to the president of the United States. I mean, let's look at this. Let's look at this guy, Dara Khosrowshahi. Let's look at his net worth. Let's see how much he's worth. What do you guys guess? How much do you guys think he's worth? He's worth $200 million. Bruh. He makes $200 million a year. Okay, maybe not 200 million, but he has 200 million. You guys know what net worth means, right? It means your total assets minus your liabilities. So this guy essentially has in real estate, in cars, in his house, his properties, his bank account, his investments, his stocks, 200 million big ones. $200 million. That's crazy. Now let's look at Donald Trump's net worth. Can you guys guess what that might be? The President of the United States? $3.13 billion? Are you joking me? Are you joking? Barack Obama only had 70 million. Bernie Sanders only 3. I mean, there still are millionaires, but wow, I'm sorry. That just gives you some perspective. So, Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi has appealed to Trump to give economy workers financial aid. The government is currently trying to bring in a stimulus package to stave off a looming financial crisis. So if you guys aren't following the news, essentially the government is working on a stimulus package for Americans and for businesses in America, American businesses, to help with the downfall of the economy right now, since it's, you know, so many people are out of work and this whole thing is just completely up in the air. And I mean, so many people don't have money right now, which is absolutely crazy. But they're working on a stimulus package to help people, and before that comes out, what I'm thinking is that Uber CEO wants to be like, hey, by the way, maybe you should include gig workers in there. Because part of the talk, and this is important, that the government has been saying is that, well, they're saying part of the stimulus package is to give money to businesses to give to their employees in the form of paid sick leave and benefits, which gig workers and hourly workers would not fall into that category. However, it's estimated that around 30% of our workforce right now are gig workers. So, like, that's why they're talking about the $1,000 check, the $500 check, $3,000 check for a family of 4. That's where that falls into. Okay, let's get started. Here, I'm going to, sorry, now I'm doing a new one. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, scroll. The US government is currently trying to, okay, I respectfully and urgently request that economic stimulus you are considering, along with any future legislative measures in response to blank, can't say that word or else it get demonetized, include protections and benefits for independent workers, not just employees, but those who use Uber and all across the economy. Yeah. Can we read his letter right here? Oh, wow. This is his whole letter. It's not even that long. Let's just read it really quick. Dear Mr. President, the ongoing spread of the blank, can't say that word, in the U.S. and around the world has emerged. As CEO of Uber, I am accountable to many, but I believe my greatest responsibility in the face of unprecedented economic challenges to the millions of people, wow, who drive and deliver for Uber. My goal in writing you is not to ask for a bailout, but rather for support for independent workers. The uncertainty is being felt everywhere. It has already created deep concern and hardship for many of the 1.3 million Americans working on Uber's platform. So there you have it. It's always been a, you know, how many drivers are on the platform in America? You never know. Well, now we found out it's 1.3 million. Drivers and delivery people I guess that's both drivers and deliver. So Uber and Uber Eats, regardless. Drivers and delivery people are on the front lines of keeping our communities running. That is true. Helping get food to those who are staying at home, providing essential transportation to services. Yep, that's true as well. That's why Uber led our... Sorry, it's really small on my screen, so I'm trying to read it. That's why Uber led our industry in offering up to 14 days of financial assistance to active drivers, which is really not enough because this thing is probably going to last for several months. We know we need to do more. There we go. We firmly believe that the protections and benefits afforded independent workers, who today represent a large and growing portion of the workforce, must be strengthened. We are ready to do our part, but we need new laws to let us take bolder action. 2 years ago, I joined labor and business leaders to call for a new approach. Blah, blah, blah. Put simply, our laws should protect all workers, not just one type of work. While I recognize that the admin and Congress have been pressing issues before them, I urge you to act quickly to provide protections for independent workers, and in your ongoing efforts to consider legislative action on a third way that would update our labor laws to remove the forced choice between flexibility and protection for millions of American workers. Additionally, I want you to know that Uber is ready to do its part to support you and the government's response in any way we can. Further, in coordination with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, Uber Freight has prioritized moving loads of relief goods, including water, medical supplies, and sanitation equipment, including 3,500 relief loads in the last few weeks. Nice. Even the worst of the blankets behind us, our nation and the entire world will undoubtedly have changed. Our economy will not look the same, and if we can't restore it, we must remake it. Business leaders like myself must rise to meet the challenge, using technology to bring economic opportunity, blah, blah, blah. The world has changed. Let's change with it. So yeah, essentially, yeah. And then he CCs Nancy Pelosi, Stephen Yukin, Eugene Scalia, all these people. Sorry, that was really small text. Essentially what he's saying is that, what happened here? Oh yeah, I need to go back here on this page. Essentially what he's asking is for money for drivers. So yeah, I mean, there you guys have it. That's pretty much it. What do you guys think? I'm going to update you guys with what Donald Trump says in response. He hasn't responded yet, so I personally think that drivers, gig workers, if they're not included in the stimulus package, I mean, I would feel like that would just, I mean, that wouldn't even help out the people who really need it, because the people who work for Apple, Google, Facebook, the big companies, they're already getting paid time off. The people who are struggling right now are gig workers. Literally, the people who live paycheck to paycheck, who don't receive benefits. So, I don't know. I am just a little confused what's going on, but I will definitely update you as when Donald Trump responds to Uber, to Dara, and what the stimulus package is. So you guys are fully updated. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Bye.